Good morning again, boat lovers. After a long break, I am back in the boat shed again, finally, and back into the boat building. Quite a bit of progress since I saw you guys last time. Hello boat lovers, welcome aboard. I'm Steve and I'm single-handedly building Dragonfly. She's a 53 foot or 16.2 metre flat bottom wooden riverboat. She includes twin outboards, aft cabin, galley, a saloon, wheelhouse, separate head and shower, and a centerline queen double up front. She's specifically designed for the sheltered and inland waters of the River Murray here in South Australia. Join us each week to watch the mayhem and madness of one man and his rescue dog building a massive 53 foot flat bottom wooden riverboat. Today I'm working on getting this back area finished off. I have to raise this bulkhead up to the same level as the sides. I've laminated a support piece on the back of it so as when I lay this deck it's got something to sit on. And I also have to figure out exactly what I'm going to do at the back here so as an awning will fit. Normally I could just put an awning straight on the back, but because I've got these lockers that are going to lift up for the gas bottles, I have to work out how the awning is going to stay in position. But a bit more of that later when I'm actually doing that. I'll show you what's going on there. First I'll get these clamps off. I've got this piece cut which is going to sit on the top there. So first job, get these clamps off, get this edge all cleaned up and laminate this with biscuit joints etc. into place here to create this back edge. Alrighty, up and at 'em again in 2025. Feels like forever since I've really been back into it. It's definitely had a big break. I'm going to get this galley all varnished and painted. Yesterday I also put this piece in here. So I had framework up to the ceiling, but I didn't have this top piece in, so I got that all secured yesterday. And I also finished, you can see in the cabinet here, putting in my epoxy fillets and fiberglass tape around there, and also back on the side in the fridge alcove, same thing here, some big heavy fillets with fiberglass tape and around the bottom as well, just to strengthen all of that up. Meanwhile, I'll give you a quick run through the boat. Little update, there's our cabin looking nice. Can't wait to get the windows in, but of course that's not going to happen until I've fiberglassed and painted the outside of the boat, so can't wait to get those in. Little squizzy on the toilet alcove there. Got my lockers in place, my bench top where we're going to have a nice ceramic basin there. And of course stepping down into the bedroom, which most of you will have seen already, but I like looking at it. Makes me feel like I'm making good progress. Let's do a run through from the back all the way through. Alright. Alrighty, boat lovers, time for me to actually do some work. Alright, so here I'm just mixing up some resin, ready to wet out all the end grain of the plywood. Make sure that gets soaked right in well. Also getting the resin into all the little grooves from the biscuit joiner. And once that's done, I mix up a good gooey mix of glue and coat all the surfaces really well with that before, of course, clamping things down into position. And then obviously having to let that all dry for 24 hours until I can do anything with it the next day. But pretty pleased with the way that joint has come up. It's going to be nice and solid, and of course I've got that backing piece behind it as well, which is going to form a nice edge for the plywood deck to attach to once I start putting that on, which won't be too far down the track. Later on that day I decided to pad out the uneven surface around the edges of the aft cabin. It's going to be a little bit like the outdoor area, and have awnings in place, and those awnings will have full block out clears and also mosquito netting, so kind of 3-in-1 pieces. But the main thing that I've found in the past with awnings is it really helps if you've got a completely flat surface to join the awnings onto. It just means that you get a sort of a really good seal all the way around, and that helps stop water intrusion and bugs, spiders and insects and things crawling into any spaces or making little nests. So I decided to use some 12mm marine ply to go around the outside of that framework to get everything nice and even. It doesn't matter what the materials are really, because at the end of the day this framework all gets painted white, so you're not going to know whether it's a piece of solid timber or a piece of plywood. The inside of that area will be painted with white, but the ceiling beams, as with the rest of the boat, will be varnished. And around the bench seats, which you can't really see from this angle, but the bunks and bench seats, all the framework on those will be varnished as well, and from there down. But the walls and the external framework will all be painted white, and so I can get away with putting the plywood on there. And then I'll have to use some filler fairing compound, of course, just to even everything up and get it smoothed off before I paint. And I've also got a couple of little corner gussets to put in. I don't think they're really necessary, but I'm going to put them in there on the top of those back corners just for extra strength for sideways movement. Everything feels as solid as a rock right now, but might as well put them in while I've got the chance. So I managed to get this completed. It took a couple of hours, all seemed to go to plan, and now I have a great surface to attach my awnings to when the time comes. read the gold spar tin, which is over on the bench, and see if it says I can put a coat on and then I can do another coat within what time, and without sanding.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if I was going to varnish the beams that nice white. After finishing all the bright work in the galley, I had a bit of a break and then jumped into some gymnastics to get the ceiling beams painted in the outside area, as you can see there. Once I finished that, I did all the edging around the seat and the surfaces below the seats as well, which took a while but came out looking really good. So hopefully lots more to show you guys within the next week or so. And I'm hoping to get into making videos a bit more regularly. I know I've had a lot of time off and a big break, so apologies for that, but I needed to recoup a little bit. So I'm back into it. Everything's going well, making tons of progress. And I have to say the boat is really starting to look great. In a week or so, I hope to be able to show you the galley and this outdoor area all painted and finished off. And then I think after that, I'll be starting on the flooring, because I'm going to do that strip planking all the way from the wheelhouse right through to the back of the boat. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give us a big thumbs up, hit the like button, subscribe, do all that sort of stuff. Send me lots of comments. It's my birthday this week. Love to know if you guys can guess my age. I asked you once before, nobody got it right. So flip me a few comments and let's see who can guess how old I am. Stay safe, and I'll see you guys in about a week. Bye. Ooh.